I'm about to make myself a salad for lunch. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a whole bunch of these greens off my system. Some kale, some bok choy, maybe a little cabbage, maybe a little wheatgrass. Anyway, we're going to get a whole bunch of stuff off this system. Some of that Swiss chard for sure. And we're going to put it in a bowl and make a salad. And I'm bringing you with me. But first, I need to go to my outdoor garden and get some tomatoes. Let's step outside. I garden on my patio because I don't have a yard. I live in an apartment. So today, we're just going to come out here. We're going to get some of these delicious little tomatoes. I've got one that fell in here. I will leave that there. That doesn't look the best. My plants are starting to yellow. I think we got too much rain the last few days. We've had a lot of rain here lately. There's a nice one. There's a few of them in here. Oh, there's another one. Get this one back here. Okay, that's pretty good for my salad. Let's go. Okay, this is a tiny little bit of harvest that I got from my garden. We're going to add this to a few more items that I already have in my refrigerator, and we're going to make a salad. Let's do this. Hey guys, you're here with me in my kitchen, and I'm making myself a salad for lunch today. No, my hair's not pulled back because I'm the one eating this. You're not. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't let it stress you. Okay, I got a salad bowl here. Got a salad bowl here and all these goodies that I just took out of my garden. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up these tomatoes and lettuce and stick them in my bowl. These tomatoes are really small, but I'm going to go ahead and just cut them in half with my kitchen shears, just so they're a little bit easier and they go a little bit further. A little bit easier to eat and they go a little bit further. But mostly I'm doing this so that I can share them with my dog. She doesn't have any teeth. She had all of her teeth removed this year. She had periodontal disease and she loves tomatoes. I want to make sure she gets some, but I got to cut them in order for her to be able to eat them. So let's just go ahead and get all these beautiful, juicy, gorgeous tomatoes in this bowl. Okay. Am I covered in tomato gunk? It feels like it. Okay. Tomatoes are all cut up in the bowl. Would you look at the size of these beautiful leaves of lettuce I'm getting out of my hydroponic garden? Oh, gorgeous. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and take all this beautiful lettuce out of my garden. All different types I've got here. Such pretty colors. Purples and greens and beige and brown and red. I'm just going to roll this all together and we're going to chop it up. I like to julienne my lettuce. Makes it easier to kind of twirl up on my fork and eat. I don't like chunks. I like it julienned. That's just the way I do it. Got that pretty purple in there. Look at all those colors of my lettuce. I think I have about 8 varieties of lettuce on my hydroponic garden right now. All different types. Radicchio, romaine, green leaf, brine. I've got so many different types. Okay, let me go ahead and kind of mix this up, get all those colors in here. Oh, pretty. Very pretty lettuce bowl. Okay, we got my tomatoes, got my lettuce. Next thing that's going to go in is a little bit of peppers. And let's just see what I got in my fridge. I'll bring it over here. Okay, here's what I found in my fridge. I've got some onion. I love onion. So we're just going to put a little bit of onion in this salad. Yes, we are. Get a knife. I just want a tiny bit, not a whole lot. I'll make the attempt to cut this like a real human being. I'm just so bad with a knife. I don't want to cut myself. I'm going to get rid of this piece. It's a little soft. Okay, there we go. Okay, got some beautiful onion there. Just some yellow onion. Maybe a 1/4 cup, if that. 1/8 of a cup, I think is more like it. All right, get that onion in there. What else have I got in here to put into my salad? I've got some really pretty carrots. All different colors of carrots. What else have I got in here? Parsnip? Nope, just carrots. Let's do a couple purple carrots, a couple yellow carrots, and a couple orange carrots. That looks good. Okay. Baby carrots. All right, we're going to do it this way. Yeah, that's better. This is what I usually use when I do carrots. I just kind of shave them. I try not to shave my fingers in the process. Sometimes I do. It's better with bigger carrots. These are tiny and hard to use. Okay, it's working better than the other method was, so we'll just go ahead and do this. Try not to cut my fingers off. Yep, but I'm not having the best success with that. Okay, well, it took a bit, but we got it done. And there's the carrots. Let's go ahead and put these carrots in. That was a pain in the booty. Let's see what else we've got here from my fridge. Oh, here we go. How about some kale? I've got a little tiny bit of kale left in my refrigerator that I picked off my system last week. There's not much of it left, but there's a little bit. So let's go ahead and just cut this up and put it in there too, because kale is one of my favorites. So good for you. I'm always telling you guys every day, eat kale, eat kale, eat kale. I probably sound like a broken record, but it is so good for you. It's really, really a very, very good green to eat. Very good green to have in your diet. I don't like the thick stems though, so I'm cutting all the leaves off the stems. I don't like the stems. I mean, you can eat them. It won't hurt you. I just don't like them. I don't like the texture. Okay. I've got all that kale in there, all those carrots in there, all that lettuce, onions, and tomatoes. Very healthy salad, but I don't have any protein in here. How can I make this healthier? I could put some black beans in. Let me see if I have any of those. Okay, I just opened up some black beans. We're just going to put a few of these in here. They're pre-cooked. They're already strained, drained, and cleaned. I did that already. Okay, so this salad contains carrots, onions, tomatoes, kale, about five, 6 different varieties of lettuce, black beans. I said carrots. I'm going to throw a little bit of cheese in, just because I'm feeling like having a little bit of, tiny bit of cheese, not a lot. I'm talking about, there's a tablespoon. 2 tablespoons of cheese, shredded cheese, Colby Jack, Walmart. Now, let's go ahead and just toss that a little bit. Toss that in. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of my flax and chia seeds to my salad because they're healthy for you. They sure are. I'm going to do about a teaspoon, I would say, give or take. Let's see what I got here. 1 teaspoon. Mine are milled and ground, so you don't have to soak them. I can literally eat them just like so. I'm just going to sprinkle it over my salad, and I'll toss that in there. Okay, what else do I want to put in my salad today? How about some croutons? I give myself the grace of 2 tablespoons of croutons a day in place of bread. I don't do bread. I try to avoid the fattening stuff. But I love bread. I adore bread. I'm a baker. Bread is my thing. I spend my days baking. So I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of croutons in order to curb that bread craving. That's what I do. That's how I curb that bread craving. These are very low cal. Very low cal. I'm going to put all the calories to my salad right in the post, so you'll be able to see exactly how much calories are in this. There's about 2 tablespoons. It's very low cal. Very, very, very low cal. And this is the dressing that I picked up at the market. I thought it looked really, really good. It's a French dressing, sugar-free, G. Hughes. Only 1 carb per serving, gluten-free, no high fructose corn syrup. It's award-winning from Pitmaster. All kinds of information on here about it. Made in the USA. And there's 40 calories, it says. 2 tablespoons is a serving. So I'll get 40 calories from 1 serving. And I'm just going to put 2 tablespoons of this on my salad. Yes, I am. I've never tried this brand before, but I'm excited to give it a try because I love French dressing, and I was having trouble finding a French dressing that was low-cal enough that I could enjoy it. But this one appears to hit that mark. So, if I can get it open, it's all sealed for my protection, that's for sure. Okay, we're going to do 2 tablespoons, and I am going to measure this because I don't want to go over that 40-calorie mark. So, yes, I am measuring this. I don't measure all my food, but I do often measure dressings and toppings and things like that. Just because I'm trying to stay in a calorie deficit every day. I'm pre-diabetic and I'm a cancer survivor. So the most important thing for me to do every day in order to keep the weight off, to keep it sustainable, because I can lose it with my hoop, but can I keep it off if I'm eating wrong? No. I have to eat right in order to keep the weight off and make it sustainable. So I've switched to a plant-based diet. 5 days a week I eat a plant-based diet. On the weekends I eat meat with my husband's. I've tried to cut all the carbs out of my diet pretty much, other than these 2 tablespoons of croutons that I do per day. On the weekends I might have a slice of bread or, you know, a cornbread or something like that, but not during the week. During the week I'm pretty strict about my calorie intake. Okay, so we're going to do 2 tablespoons of this French dressing, and we're not going to do any more than that. There's 1. There's 2. Oh, it's very good. I like it. Okay. So there's my salad. Very low-cal. That's my lunch. We've got tomatoes, onions, carrots, lettuce, kale, croutons, and a little bit of cheese. Very, very simple salad. Enjoy. What are you having for lunch?